Your news starts now.
Good evening, I'm Angela Morian.
And I'm Amber Worthy. Thanks for joining us for News 12 Now at 11. A man is behind bars facing numerous charges after leading police on a chase, causing 3 car crashes and holding up in a home in Chattanooga. Neighbors say one of the crashes happened on Rawlings Street, which is about 0.7 miles from the scene of a standoff. Sometime this evening, police say they were given the description of a robbery suspect. An officer in the area spotted the suspect and that pursuit began. Police say after the final crash, the suspect ran into a home on North Hawthorne Street. Police say the suspect did not know the homeowner, and they are thankful that no one was injured in this incident.
Thank goodness no one was injured. One of the crashes was very minor. I think one of the units ran into a fence.
The neighbors say the suspect hit a red car on Rawlings Street. You can see that a street sign is down at this street, and the suspect is now in custody.
A man is behind bars in Cherokee County after multiple interactions with the sheriff's office in the past several months. Sheriff Derek Palmer says Benjamin Lee Stanley from Topton, North Carolina, has been charged with domestic violence violations and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Friday, Stanley managed to get away from deputies when he took his Jeep on an off-road trail. Yesterday, officers arrived at his home to arrest him on a warrant. They found Stanley in a crawl space of the residence.
And Chattanooga police are still looking for a person who shot a man in the chest Friday night. The suspect's mother has been charged with attempted first-degree murder after that shooting. According to the arrest affidavit, around 11 p.m. Friday, a woman was involved in an altercation before calling her son and asking him to come to the gas station. Police say video shows Dominique Collins shooting the victim in the chest here at this BP on Shallowford Road. His mother, Adrienne Douglas, is charged with aggravated assault on top of that attempted first-degree murder charge. Police are still looking for Collins.
Well, the Navy is saying that a pilot's error caused a military training jet to crash in Tennessee, killing the 2 people on board. Navy officials say the jet was flying below allowable altitudes last October when it plunged into woods near Tellico Plains. The crash killed 31-year-old instructor Lieutenant Patrick Ruth from Louisiana and 25-year-old student pilot Lieutenant J.G. Wallace Birch from Mississippi. The report cites a, quote, culture within the Naval Training Unit, and their leadership failed to make sure they were training according to their approved curriculum.
And the Chattanooga-Hamilton County branch of the NAACP recognized the medal winners of their 13th annual ACSO competition. That stands for Afro-Academic, Cultural, Technological, Scientific Olympics. ACSO is a national year-long enrichment program for high school students offering 33 categories of academic and performance competitions. The 2018 national contest will be July 12th through the 14th in San Antonio, Texas. Congrats to them. And President Trump released a series of tweets against James Comey early this morning, calling him a slimeball and insisting he never asked Comey for loyalty.
The president's tweets come before an interview that aired tonight with George Stephanopoulos, in which he talks about his new tell-all book, A Higher Loyalty. Laura Podesta reports.
President Trump continued his tweet attack on former FBI Director James Comey Sunday ahead of the release of Comey's explosive new memoir, or as the president described it, Comey's badly reviewed book. According to President Trump, Slippery James Comey will go down as the worst FBI director in history, by far. Comey will launch a media blitz with the book release this week. In it, Comey explains his decision to reveal, just before the 2016 election, that the FBI had reopened the probe into the Hillary Clinton email scandal.
I was operating in a world where Hillary Clinton was going to beat Donald Trump. And so I'm sure that it was a factor. Like I said, I don't remember spelling it out, but it had to have been that she's going to be elected president. And if I hide this from the American people, she'll be illegitimate the moment she's elected, the moment this comes out.
Jim Comey, in my way of thinking, is a good man who made a very consequential blunder.
Senator Tim Kaine was Clinton's running mate.
The FBI has two real clear rules. Don't talk about a pending investigation and don't inject controversy right before an election. They didn't follow the rules with respect to Hillary Clinton.
Meanwhile, the president is still fuming about evidence seized from his personal attorney during an FBI raid, tweeting, "Attorney-client privilege is now a thing of the past." But the White House insists President Trump remains cool.
Look, the president is very confident in the fact that he has done nothing wrong, and he can't speak on behalf of anyone else, but he's very confident in what he has and hasn't done.
A federal judge has requested that Michael Cohen appear for a court hearing in New York tomorrow. This morning, adult film star Stormy Daniels' attorney said that Daniels will also attend. You remember, Daniels was paid $130,000 by Cohen. She claims hush money to keep a 2006 sexual encounter with Mr. Trump quiet. As Daniels' attorney put it, Monday could prove very interesting. Mola Lenghi, CBS News at the White House.
And Barbara Bush is surrounded by family and friends right now following a recent series of hospitalizations. The family released a statement saying after consulting family and doctors, Miss Bush, now age 92, has decided not to seek any additional medical treatment. She wants to instead focus on comfort care. They say it will not surprise those who knew Barbara Bush. She has been a rock in the face of her failing health, worrying not for herself, but her abiding faith for others.
While the weather forced business closures and event cancellations across the state, one couple in Kelloland took a trip down the aisle.
Take a look at how they made this day work even with some issues.
This winter wonderland isn't what Sarah Peasley and Ian Schuler envisioned for their spring wedding.
About a week out, it was already predicting 90% chance of something.
She's been pretty diligent about checking it.
With snow and chilling gusts on the guest list, the soon-to-be newlyweds were quickly faced with their first tough decision.
Thursday evening, my parents called me and said, this isn't going to work, we need to switch venues.
After months of planning, the couple decided to follow through with their big day, 13 months to the day after their first meeting.
With all the stuff that was already put in place and people flying in, people driving in, I mean, with everything there, it was just doing it now was pretty much the way to go.
I'm very blessed with family and friends to support us, otherwise we couldn't have pulled this off.
Sure, the weather might not have been picture perfect, but their big day has become a white wedding no one will soon forget.
It is what it is. We just make the best of it.
It will be something we remember for a long time.
It is my joy to present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Ian Schuler.
And I might be the only one who thinks a spring snow is kind of just what we need.
No. You are the only one. Christina, what is tomorrow's forecast looking like?